Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused a 3-car crash in Scott County. Lexington police arrest a man they're calling a sexual predator. Another person in Texas has tested positive for Ebola.
I'm tracking storms heading into the bluegrass, which could mean severe weather Monday and Tuesday. WKYT News at 6 starts right now.
We're tracking a developing story tonight. Good evening. I'm Kristen Kennedy. Deputies with the Scott County Sheriff's Office tell us around 1 this afternoon, 3 drivers wrecked on 460. 1 person died. WKYT Sam Smith is in Scott County. He's talking to investigators who are still trying to figure out what caused that wreck.
I'm standing along Highway 460 in Scott County, and just down the road here around 1 o'clock, a man was killed in a car accident. Traffic was diverted here for about 3 hours while the scene was cleaned up. We've learned 3 cars were involved, 4 people altogether were impacted. 1 man died, 2 were taken to UK hospital, and 1 refused to be transported. The name of the deceased has not been released. The coroner's office is trying to notify family. We do know he's a 44-year-old man from Frankfurt. The cause of this accident is still under investigation. In Scott County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
All lanes of 460 are now back open. Kentucky State Police are in Whitley City tonight investigating a deadly fire. They say they found 3 people in the bedroom of a home that was on fire on Sycamore Trail. Police believe David Perkins, Lisa Perkins, and 3-year-old Shanlin Crabtree all died from smoke inhalation. Right now, police do not suspect foul play, but they are still trying to figure out what started the fire. Lexington police are calling him a sexual predator. Friday, they arrested Grant Bertram at a home on Scottish Trace. They say Bertram traveled from Kentucky to Florida, where he had sex with a girl between 12 and 16 years old. WKYT's Mark Barber is tracking the investigation in our top story at 6.
You know, every day when you're out watching your kids, you feel like you can't do enough.
But Chris Cathers says he tries his hardest to protect his 10-year-old daughter.
We check the registers to see online what's going on.
Cathers tells us in the 8 years he's lived on Scottish Trace in the Glen Eagle subdivision, he's never had any reason to worry about his daughter's safety until this week. Lexington police say they arrested Grant Bertram 2 doors down from Cathers' home Friday afternoon. They tell us he is a suspected sexual predator. According to an arrest warrant, at some point in the past 16 months, Bertram traveled from Kentucky to St. Johns County in Florida, where police say he had sex with the girl between 12 and 16 years old. The Florida detective on the case says the 39-year-old met the teen in an online game called World of Warcraft. He's now charged with lewd or lascivious battery and traveling to meet a minor.
We live 15 feet away from this gentleman. You never want to live next to a criminal, no matter what the alleged crime is, but that is just sickening.
In a message, the St. John's Sheriff's Office said Bertram may have watched child pornography on his computer, and he prefers children between the ages of 5 and 8.
It really pulls the carpet out from under you. It makes us rethink our strategies now for, protecting our children and what we need to do for, our neighborhood.
In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Bertram is scheduled to appear in court tomorrow for an arraignment. He's being held in the Fayette County Detention Center on a $200,000 bond. The sun has been shining on many parts of central Kentucky today, but that may soon change. WKYT's Mike Linden is tracking chances for showers and possibly severe weather.
That's right, Kristen. It looks like it should be messy overnight as we head into Columbus Day Monday. Some severe weather seems likely Monday as well as Tuesday. A bit of a bumpy start to the upcoming work week. But even this evening, we're tracking some storms right along the Kentucky-Tennessee line. And according to reports on the ground that I'm seeing on Twitter, McCreary County, it's already thunder and lightning in that location. Wayne County, Pulaski County, and folks in Lake Cumberland already tracking some lightning, as you can see on Defender there. We take a look at what's going on in Lincoln County, still looking at some stormy weather there as well. Not so much lightning within this storm cell here, but nonetheless, some heavy rain beginning to work its way into Garrett County. If we take a look at where it's all coming from, that's the southwest, the Gulf of Mexico, working its way northward toward the bluegrass. And as cool air invades from the north, that's where we're getting that thunderstorm development, and it looks like it should only work its way toward becoming a bit more severe as we head into Monday. Any spot under that yellow overlay there, mainly western Kentucky, could be looking at some heavy rains, damaging winds, and possibly even some hail. Severe weather, a slight chance for it there on Columbus Day Monday. So in about 10 minutes, here's what I'll be talking about. The developing storms this evening, which do seem likely to carry into Monday, as well as a chance for that severe weather to intensify into Tuesday. I'll be back to show you what I'm tracking hour by hour coming up in about 10 minutes.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Mike. As families continue to clean up from this week's severe storm damage, the Better Business Bureau continues to encourage homeowners to watch out for traveling scammers. Just this week, the BBB sent out an advisory asking those in Harrison and Bourbon counties to do their homework. WKYT Sean Moody went to Paris today to see how homeowners are being very careful with who they hire.
Well, here in Paris, you'll still see several tarps on roofs and a lot of piles of debris along the side of the road. A lot of people have made a lot of progress, but for others, there's still a long way to go.
You were literally climbing over stuff and sticks sticking up like swords.
Cheryl Rayner said the first few moments after that tornado were chaos here on Vine Street.
Some of the neighbors actually saw it touch down about right here, and it hit Bridget Clark's house, and then it hit the roof of our house.
Her home survived, but
It's in this little room here.
it's going to need some work.
We still don't have power or water yet, but they're working on that because these two houses aren't livable right now.
Contractors have come through the neighborhood offering to do roof work. The Better Business Bureau says you need to do your homework before you hire someone.
Get documentation of who the company is, ask for any workman's comp and liability insurance proof. Check them out with the Better Business Bureau.
They say a lot of the companies come from out of town, so you want to be sure you can contact them if you have trouble down the road.
Get any contracts and warranty in writing. A handshake isn't going to do it. You're going to want to know how to track these people down.
And they say there are some red flags you should be looking for.
People who won't give you anything in writing, maybe they urge you not to check them out with the Better Business Bureau. They're vague when you ask for information. Above all, if they want all the money up front, if you're paying cash, run away. That's a definite red flag.
Cheryl's hoping to get work started once she gets power back. Until then, she's doing what she can. She says it's already looking a lot better.
This area compared to Tuesday night, it's like 300% better.
In Paris, Sean Moody, WKYT.
The Paris city manager says their severe storms Tuesday destroyed 2 homes in the Claysville neighborhood. Doctors confirm another person in the United States has Ebola. A healthcare worker at Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital has tested positive. That hospital is where Thomas Duncan, the first person diagnosed with Ebola in the United States, died last Wednesday. Now, health leaders are trying to figure out how she got the virus, even though she was wearing full protective gear. CBS's Brian Webb reports.
A hospital worker helping to treat Ebola patient Thomas Duncan was infected with the virus while wearing a mask, gown, gloves, and other protective clothing.
How disturbing it is that even after those precautions, this person is still contracted the disease.
We're very concerned.
Officials at Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital are not releasing the name of the female patient who is listed in stable condition. She came in contact with Duncan after his second visit to the hospital after he was diagnosed with Ebola. Duncan died last week.
Even a single breach can result in contamination.
Top health officials believe the worker somehow broke safety protocol and are trying to determine exactly what happened.
One of the areas that we look at closely are things like how you take off the gear that might be infected or contaminated.
Ebola is not airborne. Health experts say it can only spread through direct contact with bodily fluids, including blood, sweat, and saliva.
We're confident that the precautions we have in place right now are protecting our healthcare workers.
Texas authorities are monitoring about 50 people in the Dallas area who may have come in contact with Duncan before he went to the hospital. Brian Webb for CBS News, New York.
The woman who tested positive was self-monitoring to check for Ebola symptoms. 3 people involved in the shooting of a Danville clerk will face a judge tomorrow. Rico Penix, Robin Adams, and Patrick Brand will be arraigned tomorrow at 10. The 3 are charged with robbery and assault after police say they shot 21-year-old Zoe Reed during a robbery last month. Adair County families who knew Captain Tony Grider will take to the court tomorrow to raise money for his family. They're participating in the annual Adair County Emergency Services basketball game. This year, all proceeds will go to the Grider family. Grider died last month after being injured during an ice bucket challenge. He and fellow firefighter Alex Quinn were helping the Campbellsville University band complete the challenge when they got too close to nearby power lines. The game starts at 7 at Adair County High School. Admission is $5.